I bet you guys are like, oh my gosh, we have an art video now. I know. It's been a while, but I've been trying to kind of summarize some of the things that are going on in my head and in my heart recently, and trying to kind of just discuss some things with you guys as I'm kind of showing you what I'm doing here. I'm obviously going over an eye, and I sped this up because I didn't realize how long it was. So if it looks like I'm talking with my hands, it's because I was talking. But anyways, okay, so I'm going to sit down, and I've been wanting to chat heart to heart with you guys about my channel and cover some topics and concerns. So this is primarily what it's going to be about. It's going to be about basically the future of the channel and some of the changes that have come recently. And so I asked you guys recently on my community page what you wanted to see on this channel. And since it covers both art and makeup now, so some of you were really cool with whatever I produce and post on this channel. And I got to say, that's awesome. I'm so proud that like there are people who actually care about what I'm, well, everybody cares that, you know, I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyways, thank you. This is what happens. I recently was diagnosed with ADHD, and it's like three things go through my head at the same time, and I try to get it out all at once. So I apologize. But I just want to say thank you for the feedback and, you know, whatever it was that you said. I truly appreciate it. And some of you might have seen over the past few months that makeup videos are a part of the channel, and mainly eyeshadow reviews and looks. But I also hope to expand on this. As you'll see what I'm doing in this particular video, I'm taking eyeshadows and I'm quote unquote painting with them. And I have plans to keep the eyeshadow videos and reviews, but I also want to try to marry the world of art and makeup together, because to me, makeup truly is art. And it's been a passion of mine for several years now. I mean, I've always worn makeup since I was, I don't know, 10. No, I'm kidding. I started wearing like full makeup whenever I was a teenager, but I've just always been intrigued by it. And I found some sketches of some of my childhood sketches, and I was sketching ladies from the time that I was like very young, and you know, they were putting on makeup in these sketches and displaying their quote unquote sense of fashion. I use that very loosely because it was the 80s. But the point is, I found out looking back that a lot of my art has been inspired by my love of both makeup and illustration / portraiture. And if you're an old school subscriber and are only coming here to see the art videos and art supply reviews, look, I completely understand, and I won't take it to heart if you choose not to watch videos that include makeup. And that's fine. That's fine. So also I wanted to mention that the palette that I'm using here in this video, which you will see coming up, it's called the Blends palette by Blend Buddy Cosmetics, and it's all matte shades, right? And it's very pigmented, and they blend incredibly well, hence the name. So I figured it would be a perfect palette to use while I'm trying to paint with eyeshadows, because I wanted to make sure that I was using matte shades, because I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to transfer things from shimmer onto paper yet. I don't know if I'm thinking maybe I can probably figure out a way, but I'm not really sure just yet. So okay, so I'm sure some of you are going, okay, is she going to do colored pencil videos? And the answer is yes. When I first started this YouTube channel, I was extremely passionate about colored pencils, and I still love colored pencils. And they'll always have a special place in my heart, but they are not my main medium now. And so the reason for this is because, unfortunately, I have physical health issues, and I'll put a card up in the right-hand corner for those of you who aren't informed about this. I have chronic pain with fibromyalgia, and I go into this in a video, my journey with figuring out what's exactly going on with me. And I need to do an updated video too. But yeah, I have fibromyalgia. And I have an autoimmune disease called psoriatic arthritis, and these affect my joints, and they affect my hands and other parts of my body simultaneously. So that being said, I prefer to use watercolor as a base for colored pencils, or another medium as a base for colored pencils, like pastels or something. And my days of, it's just like my days of spending 3 or 4 hours on colored pencils at a time are just, they're over. unfortunately. And unless I find like some miracle cure and much less, 10 or 15 hours like I used to whenever I was healthier, whenever I was a teenager, I would go at it and sit down and just keep drawing and smoke cigarettes. And thankfully I don't smoke anymore, but colored pencils are just such a slow medium. And, the payoff is so satisfying. And I know you guys know if you've drawn with colored pencils, it's so fun to watch it all come together. And it's just that I can only give you what I'm physically able to give you. And I don't mind doing colored pencil reviews as long as I'm physically able to work with that over time. But however, I'm sure if I keep the drawings maybe smaller, I could probably do them. But right now, I get a lot of physical backlash whenever I do like full colored pencil portraits or full color pencil illustrations. It sucks. But so I'm saying that to say that I will be creating a Patreon, and I'm actually going through with it. So I sat down the other day and I was creating my tiers, and I've been thinking about all of this, and I just need to kind of revise them so I know that what I'm offering you is both realistic to my physical capabilities and will also be good for you who are going to be patrons. And so this Patreon will be dedicated to both art and makeup, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make it where those of you who want to get the tier with only art, you can. And if you only want makeup videos, I thought about creating a separate tier for that, and then just creating one that marries both of those together. And let me know what you think about that. I feel like at least that way you guys can kind of choose what you want and everybody's happy. But if there are any future art tutorials that are strictly educational, they'll be on the Patreon. So I'll post a video to you guys whenever it's open and ready for patrons, and I'll give you all the details there. So I hope those of you who have kind of spoken up about time-lapsed videos over the years and recently understand that they are on YouTube for a reason, and it's because the algorithm does not promote long videos. So on Patreon, I'll have the freedom to give you real-time and or time lapses. And if they are time-lapsed, it's probably because it took many, many, many hours for me to produce. And so I'll always, I've always followed my intuition and my desire with this channel. So it's important that this can be something that we can co-create together. And so with that in mind, I would like to ask you guys, what kind of Patreon perks would you like to see over there? And as far as both art and makeup go, I would love to know. I want to know your feedback. How do you feel about this? And I'm just going to, I'm going to try to do my best for you guys. And that's all I can do. And I've always wanted this to be a very enjoyable and fun creation, meaning this YouTube channel and just any kind of, or Patreon, whatever. I've always wanted it to be both fun, educational, but also, or fun and entertaining, but also informative. So those are my goals, but I also, I have evolved over these past, it'll be 6 years this year. And if I could start YouTube over, I would do it probably completely differently, but this is how it's gone. And I don't have any regrets, real regrets, because I've gotten to know you guys because of the way that I've let things unfold. And to me, that's amazing. I mean, you guys are awesome. I have some seriously amazing people out there that I've connected with over the years and become good friends with. And that means a lot to me. So let me know what you guys think. I think this will also open up a lot more freedom to create content without having to deal with the YouTube algorithm, which is like an entity all its own. So the admin part of YouTube is kind of a bit of a hassle when trying to get content out there. And while I'm used to it, that's not going to be an issue with Patreon. And I feel like the action will be, dare I say, like personal. I was going to say intimate, but that's for OnlyFans. And I definitely don't have an OnlyFans. But by the way, I actually go into what I use for the eyelashes, and I talk a little bit about the palette in this book that I have been really into lately. And I really want to read the rest of it and get much better at this process for you. And I'm going to, if you're interested in learning about the Blend Bunny palette, definitely look it up on YouTube. There's tons of tutorials and tons of reviews on that palette. It's amazing. So I'm just putting some finishing touches on this eye. It's very interesting to draw with makeup. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and I'm going to continue to do it. It all kind of stems from this book that I picked up. Well, actually, I didn't pick it up. It was given to me on Christmas of last year. And so I actually mentioned wanting to do this in January of 2021, and in the January 2021 like goals video. And so, I mean, this thing is just really cool. And this is by Liza Kondrovich. I hope I'm saying her name right, but really cool book. And she goes through all kinds of tutorials, and everything that I have followed so far has really been awesome. And so I'm really excited to use some of the face charts in the book that are in the tablet. Like, there's workbooks that you can buy for this. It's kind of a companion to this book, but I also want to be able to draw my own faces and then create my own looks with my own makeup. So it's kind of like my own portraits too. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I used, for the whites of the eyes, I used the Epic Wear liner, waterproof. It's just white. It looks like this. It's just kind of like your very own, like a white pen, you know, but I like it because you can use it for like strokes. And then this is something that I wear on my face almost in every look that has a liquid liner. This is Epic Ink Liner by NYX. And I love that it's, okay, so there's there's a stray here, but I have one for this particular purpose, and then I have one for my eyes. But it is not a fiber tip. It is a brush tip. So this is just like how you would see like a regular brush pen. And I mean, I've got one of those around here somewhere, but I love this for eyeliner. It's great. I love it. So it worked fantastic here. I used these little brushes. All of this, by the way, is suggested in the book, but I did use these little fine hair brushes, and she talks about these in the book. I will link it down below. You can buy them off of Amazon. They're by a company called Winstonia, and there's 5 of them to a pack. And these, I use this little long guy for the eyelashes, and I used some of the Higgins Black Magic ink. And so very, very cool. I'm excited, and I hope that I can continue to bring content that you guys find interesting. But I also like to have fun, and I think if you can see art and makeup as one, I think that'll kind of like be a little bit easier to bridge the gap between the two of them, because I think they're one and the same. And yeah, that's it. So if you're here for the makeup, cool. If you're here for the art, cool. If you're here for both, awesome. If you're just here for one or the other, that's fine too. So, all right, guys, you have a wonderful day. Stay safe, be kind, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.